Woo. Okay, we should be there.
Yeah.
Hello, Jimmy. Jimmy, if you're still there, matey, just let us know. Just let us know. Your keys do come through the mic a little bit, by the way, just so you know.
Well, I thought I was muted.
But yeah, we should be live. Let me just check on X as well. I think it's supposed to be live on X as well. We are. There we go. I'll open that up as well because we tend to get quite a bit of viewership on there. That's good. There we go. Hiya, folks. Hope we're all doing well and staying hydrated with some nice H2O. Andrew Walker, hello. Hi. Welcome. Good day, folks. We're just waiting for the others to come in, but we thought we'd just pop in and jump into some general chat with you.
Hello, everyone. Joe, what is this? I love it.
The Joe. I love that. It's the thumbnail, but mirrored.
Hello.
Yeah, there he is.
Bonjour.
Buongiorno.
How's it going, gents?
It's going well. It's going
very well. Yourself?
Oh, my chair's covering it. Damn it.
No, we can see. We can see. Don't worry.
Welcome back, Manos.
Yeah, nice to be back. I'm still a bit jet lagged, but we'll get there. Last night I didn't manage to sleep until 4 in the morning.
Oh,
that's me most nights.
Yeah, that's just down on a normal day.
That's just a normal day. It's just a normal day. We do have Mac potentially. He should be coming in at some point, but I know he's a little bit busy with something. So we're just gonna crack on now, and this is episode 15 of the Bunch of Phoneys podcast. We took a little break last week. We couldn't quite get everybody on. It was a little bit all over the place. So we're here again now. And there's been a few things going on. We've had Snapdragon Summit. And this time, Manos actually went. So last year it was Joe.
It was amazing.
And then this year it was Manos. And yeah, you were there for Summit, but you were there for some other things as well.
Yes, that's very true.
If you want to share that, you don't have to.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I did post it on X, so, it's not like something hidden. So, yeah, I got engaged as well. I popped a question to my significant other in Hawaii. Thank you.
Congrats,
thank you so much. Yeah, it was quite the adventure to reach that stage, to be fair. I don't know if you've read my post, but actually you do know, because since I've been saying that I wanted to do this since last year, and yeah, this ring did travel across Europe and now the US as well. It first went to Paris, Disneyland, the whole thing, Eiffel Tower and all that, and then it went to Greece, it went to a Greek island, it went to Italy, Rome, and Milan, and then it went to Austria and Vienna, and and then it found its way to Hawaii, where I finally managed to do it. And in the past, it's not like I didn't want to, it's just either it would be too many people and it wouldn't be exactly as I dreamed of, or how I knew that she would have liked it herself. So I didn't end up doing it. But yeah, in Hawaii was just perfect.
It's just the perfect place, I suppose. Like just yeah.
And the thing is,
originally
can I stop you, man? One second, though, mate. I'm a bit jealous of this ring, man. I've not travelled that
much. I hadn't either. That's funny.
Yeah, go on, mate. Carry on.
Yeah, carry on.
So the funny thing was the fact that she wanted to do the photo shooting even before anything, because she wanted to have nice pictures in Hawaii. And the photo shoot was actually complimentary. Staying at that hotel,
Wow.
but not purchasing the photos. That was a different package.
Okay, that's fair enough though.
So yeah, we were like, we're gonna do it if we like the photos. We can go with them. And as we were taking the photos, he was like suspecting nothing, even though I was very nervous. And while we are taking photos at the beach when it was during sunset, uh, you know, after we did like some sort of movement who likes this dancing, then I just did it then. And it completely caught her off guard, as well as with the photographer, because it was like, wait, what? Normally people plan this ahead. I was like, no, I just wanted to be a complete surprise to everyone.
I think you did it the right way. I think, yeah.
Yeah, and it was great. Yeah, because in the past I was involving other people, to help, but I feel that by doing that they were kind of giving it away, especially in Austria. It was so obvious that, at least to me, that something is going on, and I don't know if she was suspecting back then or anything. She said she never did, but I don't believe her because she's very smart. Um, but yeah, it ended up working out, the perfect way to do it like this. So yeah, I mean, come on, how many people can be, so lucky to do it in Hawaii, at the
Yeah.
beach during sunset? It was just so beautiful.
Thing is, I don't know about you, Dan. I was a little disappointed because I had this picture in my head that the ring was going to come on your drone.
Yeah.
The thing is, the drone is so
we needed
noisy.
the action shot, man. That's what we
Yeah.
needed.
And the biggest issue is the fact that she doesn't like it when I spend too much time, taking photos. If anything, she gets annoyed. And we don't have many photos from Hawaii because she was not letting me.
Oh.
Whenever, I would stop, to observe, look at the environment, trying to see what would be the best photo, all that. She would just walk away. And she was like, oh, you need to be present. We didn't come here for you to take pictures. I was just let me be. Let me
The thing
be.
is, like, I see it as like the photo taking's a little bit more of sort of capturing the memories.
Yeah.
And just giving you something back to something to sort of look back on.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. And in her case, because I was trying to take, nice photos, and I was taking with Pro Mode or Expert Raw, and she was like, "What are you doing? Well, why are you taking photos like this? Just take them on auto." I was like, "Well, it's Samsung."
Should use the OnePlus, man.
I was using it a lot. To be fair. I was also using the DJI Neo, the drone, also the DJI Action 4. I took a lot of pictures with that too. It was great. I have taken a lot of stuff. It's just, I could have taken way more. And something that I feel a little bit tiny, bitter is the fact that I wasn't able to go on a photo walk by myself and just spend, as much time as I wanted, to take 1,000 photos.
Well, you know what that means then? It's time to rescind the engagement.
Yeah, but the thing is, the times that I actually did take photos and I did use the OnePlus, he really loved the photos. He was like, "Oh wow, the telephoto impressed here." I was like, "Yes, it's by far the best one from the phones that I own." Yeah.
You take good pictures with it as well, though. That's the thing. Like you know how to take a good picture. Look at that.
Yeah,
sorry, man. I'm covering you still, but
that's quite funny. Mac's going to come in and he's going to wonder what's going on.
Yeah,
for sure.
Mate, what camera did they use out of interest? Did you get to see?
You mean the photographer?
Yeah.
Yes, he was using a Sony Alpha. I don't remember which one or which. Yeah, it was just a typical 18 or up to 75 millimeters.
He's edited the pictures, right?
Yeah, they edited.
Yeah.
I did ask if they can give me,
the
raw files, but they said they cannot do that.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, photographers don't tend to give RAWs. Yeah, they might give you JPEG if you're lucky. Yeah, it's
or
just
you can pay.
Or you can pay extra.
No, I did ask for it. I honestly feel the fact that the reason why they don't want to give the raw photos is that in case you end up editing them yourself and you're doing a worse job than them,
Plus,
and
I
then
think
if you post them,
It's probably just
Exactly.
more like it's their property.
exactly, mate.
Yeah.
All of them things. Yeah, it's their property. They don't want someone else playing with them. And although it's of
Yeah.
you, it's still their photos, isn't it?
It's like those guys
you-
on X that take your photo and edit it and then come back and say, "Look, I've made your picture better."
yeah, that sucks, man. It's like when
I
it's
made it, like,
unsolicited.
so much brighter and more saturated. And you're like, no.
It's like, did I ask you to do that? Did I give you permission to do that? No. Well, then why did you do it?
Stop it.
Yeah, and
Stop
also,
it now.
she did take some photos, that we didn't really like. At least I didn't. Where she uses the flash. They have this very weird, huge flash, which is like a bulb, whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I just hated those pictures. They looked so, I don't know, posed, whatever you want to call them. I don't know.
A little bit unnatural.
Exactly, yeah, very unnatural.
Yeah.
Because it's just we stand out very bright compared to the rest of the environment, and I didn't like that at all.
Yeah, she probably has clients that love that, and then I guess if she does a mixture, that you're more likely to buy something. So I
Yeah.
guess it's quite smart from a photographer's point of view to give you different styles and that for you to pick
Yeah,
from.
that I get. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, you
most
picked well,
most
mate.
people just wouldn't necessarily care so much. They'll be like, "Oh my god, these photos are amazing," but because you're into photography and stuff, like you've got sort of an idea of how you want it to be.
Yeah.
Whereas a
I
photographer's
was saying
sort of doing it how they want to do it. So
true.
Yeah, you're probably the worst client.
Yeah, I was giving unsolicited advice, and also I was asking about what settings he's using, stuff like that. And I was sometimes where the sunset was so beautiful, I was like, please don't overexpose, just bring it a little bit down.
let the photographer do the work.
She's like, I'm a professional photographer, you
It's the
prick.
worst.
Leave me
It's
alone.
the worst thing for photographers. Like you get
Yeah.
someone like Manos coming along saying, "Do this, do this."
And then my girl was like giving me the side eye, and I was like, okay, just I'll shut up.
Exactly. That's deserved side eye. To be fair,
And she'd already said yes by this point, though.
exactly.
No, actually, I mentioned that before I put the question.
Risky.
So yeah, but it was okay.
Andrew says iPhone user since the 3GS. Underwhelmed with the 16 Pro Max and still in the return window. Would like to try an Android phone. Would you say
I
the
would return
Pixel
it. I
would
would
be the
definitely
best
return it.
stepping stone?
Who wants to go there? I've got an answer. And my
Go for
answer
it.
is 100% yes. Any iPhone user, I would say make Pixel your first Android device. In my opinion, it's probably the best stepping stone.
I agree.
Especially now
The
that
thing is,
9 Pro XL is the same shape and size. And
exactly. This is what I was gonna say. I don't feel FOMO from iPhone exactly for this reason that the Pixel 9 Pro XL, it really feels like an iPhone when you hold it in your hand. Like I don't know, that you couldn't be able to tell that this is an iPhone. The Pixel, yeah.
It does look good, and I do think like it's sort of when I think of Android, I do think of Pixel because it's the Google phone. I know a lot of people think of Android, they think of Samsung, but for me, Samsung, I tend to find people that go from iPhones to Galaxies don't tend to get on with them as much, but then you do see a lot more people trying Galaxies over a Pixel, so it's difficult.
see, for the simplicity of the UI, Pixel is more suited to an iPhone user.
It's a lot more straightforward. Whereas Samsung, you got your dual stores and all this crap. It's like it's just much more straightforward on a Pixel.
Yeah,
it's slimline. It's fast. I think it's the closest you're gonna get, and also the cameras are excellent.
Excellent, yeah. Well, what I do as a transition period, Andrew, is download a load of Google apps on your iPhone first. And get used to some of them Google apps. That will help you transition before you trade. But I think it's a good idea. Pixel all day long.
Yeah, I think as well. It would have been probably better next year.
I would wait because the cameras, at least for me, it's the only
trouble is though.
No, but why wait?
having to
He's got a
return the
window.
phone.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Why wait? Because
So he'd be better off returning, unless he's got another phone that he can use.
for a year, yeah.
The other option, I don't know if you've bought it outright or if it's like a contract or what, but it might even be worth getting an 8 Pro potentially on the cheap.
Yeah, that's a good
To
shout.
get a feel for a Pixel and just sort of see whether you like how it works.
The camera's not too dissimilar as well.
It's pretty much the freaking same, man.
No, I would say they're 99% the same phone. Cameras, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good shout, actually, Dan.
I've still got my 14 Plus paid outright and stuck my SIM only in it. Right. That's interesting.
And
I would probably go back to the 14 Plus for a year.
Yeah.
And then go for the next Pixel. That would be my suggestion. I don't. We'll have to sort of see what the next Pixel looks like, but the Tensor G5 is supposed to be made on TSMC, and we might get some camera upgrades by then.
Yeah, there's rumors, isn't there?
I kind of feel like it'd be better to do that, or as I say, get a cheaper Pixel, because even if you go for something like a Pixel 8 Pro, which you can get now for like £450 to £500 in places.
In mint
condition.
Yeah, mint condition.
Which is just a straight up bargain, to be honest. That's what I'd do. If you don't fancy doing that, maybe just go back to the 14 Plus, which is still a solid phone. It's still a solid
device, yeah, definitely.
And then wait until next year. Any other Android choices? Any other Android choices other than maybe OnePlus?
OnePlus is probably the next closest in simplicity.
The OnePlus 13 might be a really good shout as well when that releases here.
Yeah.
Because it looks really nice.
If Andrew lives in the UK, I'll be selling my Pixel 9 Pro XL. 256, so...
The question for Andrew, though, is what does he do with his device? Does he do gaming? Because that's the one thing with Pixel, that if you game a lot, that you might want to go for an 8 Elite phone instead.
OnePlus would be great, actually, for that.
Exactly. That's what I was just thinking. When Dan said that, I thought, hey, actually, does he do gaming? Because...
And not just that, the cameras will be solid.
Yeah, they'll still be solid.
Performance will be excellent. The battery life this year should be kind of insane. I mean, it was already quite insane as well from what you guys were saying.
It was already good, yeah. So the bump in camera capacity, battery capacity.
Not a gamer. Not a
gamer. Okay, so that's fine. Not.
So that's why Pixel's a good shout.
Pixel's a good shout.
It's still a really good option. So yeah, you've got. I'm trying to think what else there is. That would be, I mean, you'd probably be looking at your Galaxy S24 Ultras, but I don't necessarily, I don't feel like recommending that.
No, and the battery is not as good as the S23 Ultra was. Definitely.
It's not as, it's still good though, I'd say.
It's okay.
But the S23 Ultra was very good.
Yep.
Very, very good.
His mate's got a S21 FE, which he said I could use to see how I get on. I wouldn't base your experience of Android on an S21 FE. Don't do it. Just don't. Don't.
I mean, it's if you want to check out One UI, it's good to do.
I think the thing is by the sounds of it, he's been iPhone the whole time.
I would just go.
I wouldn't want my first experience on Android, or recommend somebody's first experience on Android be on an S21 FE.
That's what I discussed with you before. Do you remember I said, like, a lot of people's experiences of Android is even more budget,
mid-range, cheaper Androids. It's crazy.
Yeah, and that's not a direct comparison to an iPhone, because Apple don't do budget devices, right? Even the SE isn't really. I guess it kind of is, but yeah, they don't really do budget devices. So a direct comparison is a flagship device. At least an S range, as in the S24 or 24 Plus. as bare minimum.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to be getting OnePlus 13. We're going to be getting the Oppo Find X8 Pro, which is very similar, just has better cameras. Both are going to be running Color OS, which this is going quite similar to iOS. So coming from an iPhone, you might find it quite nice to use.
That's very true, actually. Yeah.
Both of those phones will be out in next 3-4 months, roughly. So I think they're pretty good options to look at. I think
and the
they're
8
really
Elite
good options to look
chipset.
at. Yeah. They'd be pretty, without no pun intended, pretty elite.
Yes.
We'll see.
What's Jimmy saying here? GT7 Pro has a 6,500 milliamp hour battery and really is under Oppo, and Oppo's under Oppo's. Hey. So kind of surprised it didn't have at least similar capacity. The GT7 Pro looks lovely in that orange color.
Yeah, man, I love that orange.
So I saw a TK post. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I did like that orange. It looks hot. Looks hot. Quite fitting for Halloween, wasn't it? As well.
Yeah, man. Yeah, thought as much with the S21 FE. Think I'm going to take Dan's advice, return this, and stick to my 14 plus. Cheers, lads. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'd stick with the 14 plus for a minimum of like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah,
see what the OnePlus and the Oppo are like, because there's a good chance that we will get them.
There's a high chance, very high chance.
A very high chance that Manos will have a OnePlus. Joe will have everything.
Constipated.
Bro, I'm gonna have the OnePlus 13 100%. It's not a matter of if; it's a matter of when it comes out.
Yeah, and I'm going to be getting something else on my contract at some point, which will probably be the only other thing that's available is going to be either S25s or the Find X8 Pro. Probably we'll see.
And Snap, the same for me.
Yeah, so if the Find X8 Pro's on there, I'll probably go for that because I really want to try Dimensity, and I haven't tried a flagship Oppo for quite some time, so I'm really eager
Oppo are so good, man.
Yeah, I kind of just wish that we'd got the Ultra from last year because that would have been absolutely killer. But never mind. Dan looks constipated. Is it just me? Nah, mate, not possible. Not possible. I'm saying no more.
Free flowing.
He's thrown my train of thought now. It's gone.
I think we should go back to Summit.
We should go back to Snapdragon.
Yeah.
Summit, because as we were saying, Manos was there. Manos, what was your favorite thing at the event that went on? What was the sort of flagship thing for you?
Definitely the Snapdragon 8 Elite, because they've made a huge promise in terms of the performance gains and efficiency gains. Like it was 40% and 45% for each. That sounds a very big claim, and I really want to believe that it will translate like this to day-to-day stuff in terms of how fast it will be. I don't know, exporting, editing, video, playing games, photography, and all sorts. Definitely exciting times ahead, and like I said, I'll be definitely grabbing the OnePlus 13, so I will be able to have my own opinion on that. But it was definitely a huge moment. I remember everyone, the insiders, we were at the front row. I guess Jay was the same for you last year.
Yeah.
And we were just going bananas with excitement. Yeah, but definitely the 8 Elite was the highlight. And then something that I didn't expect to be impressed by or not care much was the day 2 stuff, the automotive things.
Yeah, it looks good, man.
But I actually ended up enjoying that presentation a lot. I know that UK is nowhere near ready, at least outside of London, infrastructure-wise, to be able to have a car like this with all the smart features and
standalone 5G needs to be more widespread, which networks are starting to look at that now, though, standalone 5G, but it involves ripping out rebuilding 5G essentially, because we've currently got a 5G that uses 4G, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
not
was
like
very impressed
it's not like the
because
full 5G, is it? But it doesn't. Does it cover as wide an area as 4G? These 5G towers, or are they quite?
Nowhere
Because they seem
near.
to
Nowhere
be
near.
in smaller, scattered around more.
And like nowhere near. Not even
Yeah.
close.
I think that's the problem as well.
Yeah, because you'll see 5G masts. You have to put quite a lot up to
Yeah,
cover large areas. Because 5G masts is more about high capacity areas, right? Because 4G is good, man.
it's
4G is
great. I
decent.
love 4G.
Yeah. So like if
Yeah.
you're at a train station, 4G, you've got loads of people join it, it goes really slow. So 5G starts at a higher speed.
Hmm.
You've got loads of people join it. That's what it's all about. 5G high capacity.
Yeah,
I mean, it's much higher speed, but it covers very small areas, and that's the problem with it. It's been hyped up as something you can do surgery from remotely and stuff like that, which it can do that, and it's great. But that's like distant future, I think. Remember, most networks are still improving their 4G networks in the UK.
yeah, it's mad.
That sounds like
So-
3.
Yeah, because
classic 3.
by 2033, all the networks have to turn their 3G off.
Yeah, I know.
I know O2 are going to be doing it from next year,
Mm.
be allocating that bandwidth to 4G and 5G.
Good,
Yeah, it is good.
good. That'll be handy.
Yeah, it would be great because honestly, if you guys haven't watched the videos about EV from Snapdragon, they have some crazy things on the demos and the presentation. For me, what really stuck out, and I don't know how possible it is at this moment in Italy as well. They were showing this car that it was like, let's say you want to go to the cinema, it can drop you off, you get off the car, and the car will go and park itself. Like it's gonna scan the city and find where a parking spot is, and just gonna go and park by itself. Or let's say you watch, I don't know, a movie, or you're driving but you're a bit absent-minded. It has cameras and scanners everywhere. So let's say there's a cyclist approaching, it's gonna tell you, be alert for an upcoming cyclist, or pedestrians.
That's
you
kind of
name it.
there already, because my car we've just got, it does brake a little if it thinks it's gonna have impact. So cars
Like
do
a
that type
collision
of stuff.
detection sort of thing.
Yeah, cars doing that sort of thing already. Manos, I had a thought though when you said about it goes and parks itself. If you get a parking ticket, you can just see people having arguments with their car. You fucking idiot!
Yeah, that's hilarious. But
then is because obviously Tesla's like leading all this stuff at the minute, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like, I just wonder how far behind the others are.
I don't think they're that far. If anything, I think
they're far. Yeah.
Yeah, if anything,
Also-
they're possibly on par.
Mm,
But
I
you
don't
have to
know how
spend a lot of money.
Yeah. Something that was crazy though, that was like, I think Dan would have been so tired at this event because AI was used in almost every other sentence, if not in every sentence. And even with
I'm falling to
EVs,
sleep.
even with AVs, AI was like mentioned from every single brand that was there, like Mercedes, BMW, Chinese brands. The Chinese brands went even further ahead on a different level. Like they have their own AI within the car. Like let's say you have your kids at the back, and you're tired of them, saying, "Are we there yet?" or "What is this? What is that?" And then the AI is gonna entertain them / educate them. So let's say they were showing us this demo where they're somewhere, I don't know, and
This is the Chinese AI, yes.
The Chinese AI,
okay.
yes.
Educate them. Okay. Yep.
So this is what it was showing. Like, was asking questions about, I don't know, nature on animals, and the AI was, showing them videos, or it was teaching them stuff. So the parents, could focus on driving or rest, because the kids can be all the time, asking questions back to back. And the value proposition, I like it. I can see the use. I can understand why they would want to do this, because for China, at least, there's this brand they started just before COVID or something, and they're already a big player in China from what they were showing us. And the car is like, you could easily, at least they were presenting like this, that you could live in it and it could provide you basically everything. You can use it as a computer. You can order stuff online. You can watch TV. You can communicate. Yeah, it's a mobile computer of some sort. Like the only thing missing is a shower.
If you think of a businessman who's traveling around a lot in his car, that's what they want, right? A smarter car.
Yeah.
I mean, it's helpful if you can have something like that. There's got to be some sort of advantage to it.
Like my boss, for example, he takes calls in his car all the time, traveling around. He's always working from his car. So the car's being smarter and helping you. I mean, that's the future, though, right? That you just can do work while the car drives for you.
Yeah. And then your employer will find a way to, make commuting part of the work. I mean, already so many people work when they commute, on the train, on the bus, wherever.
Absolutely, yeah.
But it's not part of the working day, technically, a lot of the time.
No, and you're not paid for it. Yeah. No.
Yeah. Did you get any chance to actually use some 8 Elite devices?
Unfortunately not. Everything that they had there was, at least, I think I showed you a picture where they had all the phones there lined up. It was just showing, which chip it has inside. And
okay.
You couldn't even exit the demo mode, no matter how you swiped or did anything. And I was like, then what's the point? Just so I can see the phone from behind or to see the hardware of it?
It'd be nice if they could have like the phone set up there, like to just pick up and use.
Yeah, well, they did last year, but they were devices already out.
Yeah.
All the devices there, besides the ROG 9, they were all already out. Every single one of them there, and it was a shame.
They just like let them be used, like just so people could like use them, maybe show them off, include them in some videos and stuff. Like, I mean, it's not like you're in a place where people are going to nick the phones.
No, they had security there all day long. To be fair, even during the night. Yeah.
I don't know. When I was at the summit last year, they're showing a lot of the capabilities of the new chipset, showing like new stuff.
I was going to go to that.
Yeah, I was going to say, is there anything that really stood out for you, capability-wise, like demoed?
It was the AR stuff. I know that, most people will not care about this, but they were showcasing like there was the Snapdragon City and you could put, the VR headset on top and everything was running from the phone. And like it wouldn't drop a frame. It was so fast and, so smooth and everything. And I was touching the phone to see, okay, they had this running all day long for 3 days now. And the phone was actually cool. And the things that were running, they were, AR-based things are not something light. So it was great. And it was not a video. It was booting up every time, you were using it. So it was good stuff. I really enjoyed that. I like, though, with the AI things, where they're going was, again, like I said, huge focus. The AI this time around. I think if you show the videos, they were showing, let's say in the US, at least this makes the most sense, I guess, where, you're out with friends, you want to split the bill and all that. You just point the camera and it immediately, you don't even have to give many commands. It immediately understands what you want. So
yeah, I see that one being showcased, yeah.
The AI has been trained a lot to anticipate needs. So I can see if, there are improvements like this for day-to-day stuff, I can see this, being, good. Like I saw this to my partner and she was like, oh yeah, I like that. How many times I've been out with friends and we always try to figure out, and we need to take calculators and all that. But for me, the thing that stood out the most, it was for photography, improving, photos of pets.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, they gave a lot of focus on that, with the new Snapdragon 8 Elite and all the algorithm space cooked in the back and all that all photos for pets from now on, will be crystal clear and all that. And we did see the demo.
Is that increase, improve sharpness? And
that's what I was going to say.
Making the fur look more furry.
Did it still feel natural, though?
That's what I'm kind of like. I don't know.
That was my concern, like the overshot.
I know it's an AI thing, so it's artificial, but at what point do you get to the point where you're just like, well, these photos are just completely altered?
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know what it feels? Think about the Samsung situation with the
Yeah.
moon.
Yeah.
It felt like that, to be fair. It felt like
Right.
that. Yeah.
I'm not sure
So,
how I feel about that.
Yeah.
I'd rather it be less sharp and natural. But that's
Yeah.
it's
Because the
subjective
thing
though.
is,
Subjective. People will love this feature. People
But
will
as an
love it.
auto mode thing, for
Mm.
people that just want to take a picture and have something that looks nice.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
It'll
they were
work well.
showcasing this, and this is what was impressive to me. They were showcasing this indoors where the light wasn't even that great.
Yeah, that is impressive. Yeah.
So I was impressed by that.
Missed.
So yeah, it was. But the number one AI based feature, camera wise, that impressed me, that I didn't expect to be announced or to be available anytime soon. Magic Eraser for videos.
Ah, yes.
I don't know if you saw that, but when they showed this, I was like, "What? We're here already for this?"
Mr.
So I don't know.
Patson.
Yeah,
We'll see
so
how-
that one was definitely impressive.
We'll see how well that works when it comes. Sep's late
Yeah, for
to
sure.
the
Because
stream.
for demos, everything always works perfect. Yeah.
I'm calling Sep out because he's late, and we've already spoke about the 1+13.
It's true, but I'll let him off because it's a good shout.
I mean, it is a good shout, but I'm not letting him off. So true. I mean, the 1+13 does look pretty nice. I must admit.
It does.
I can't
Especially
wait for
that
it. I can't wait.
Faux leather, the blue one.
The blue
yeah.
one, man. Oh,
The OnePlus 13 was actually spotted at the summit. I did see it. Someone from China did have it in white.
the white
It
looks
did look-
nice.
It
you know
did
what-
look very, very good.
There's a device we haven't spoken about, which I think could be really good, and that's the Honor Magic, because that was also there, wasn't it?
Magic 7
Yes.
Pro, yeah.
Yeah.
They did show it on stage.
Mm-hmm.
The CEO was there. He was so happy.
Yeah.
I really wish, I don't know, just looking back into everything, yeah, they have some great partners and all that, but Snapdragon really seems to have a very close relationship, friendship with Samsung,
Yeah.
because I could really see it with, Cristiano and the way he was with Tim Rowe. They really felt, a little bit of friends. I was like, oh, that's why they always give Samsung phones, and okay, but also because of the US market and which phones are available. But I really wish they would have built. Yeah, I really wish they would have, built a strong relationship like this with every single brand that they provide their chips to.
One thing that's interesting,
yeah.
Manos, one thing that's very interesting in regards to partners. Now, you know the partner list. Normally, Samsung isn't on that list.
Okay.
But this year, there's on that partners list.
So maybe all of the Snapdragon, the
that's what
S25
I was getting at.
will have Snapdragon this year, because when they did that before the S23, was the S23 series?
Yes,
they were on the list and they had them on all the devices. So, and then last year they took them off.
Yep.
Okay,
they
interesting.
had Exynos in the base models again. So
this year back on the list. Interesting. I found it interesting anyway. I'm a geek.
Vivo X200 Mini, by the way, looks like a banger of a phone.
It really does.
That looks fantastic.
How much is it for again?
About 600.
Okay.
You can get it for.
Remember, you're still getting the 8 Elite in that. You're still getting amazing camera. No, you're not getting 8 Elite. It's the Dimensity, isn't it?
9400.
But you're still getting a high-end chipset. You're getting
and the cameras
decent
are still
cameras.
really good. Like the main camera is still the same as the one in the Pro.
Yeah. It's
a really nice phone. It's like 6.3 inches. Like,
do you know, it reminds me of the what's it called? It'll come to me in an hour's time. Carry on. I've forgotten.
It reminds you of
a phone that I can't think of right now.
Can't think of.
No. There's not even many options like smaller devices, right?
How big was the iPhone Mini? Was it bigger? Is it bigger than it?
No, the iPhone Mini is tiny, man.
Yeah, iPhone Mini is tiny, and I really strongly feel that Apple made a mistake dropping that line. I liked that line.
Yeah, it was my favorite, I would say, yeah.
They can't have been making too much money from it.
No, but it's not always about money, Apple, all right? Some people want minis. Give them minis.
Daz says also get your wallets ready for Christmas. Mate, I've got a baby arriving like 10 days before. So
Dan's already emptying his.
RIP. Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
already
It's
emptying
already
mine.
gone.
Like, yeah, Hawaii and the
Dan
ring.
sold his wallet.
Sold my wallet. I got this though, so
Oh yeah.
you know.
Take pictures of Manos.
Yeah, exactly. It's Manos' turn next time. I've got loads of pictures of Joe's beard.
Yeah.
So next time it's Manos.
I've had it trimmed.
Hey.
Feel it.
No one was paying the mini iPhone. That's true. That's probably why they got rid of it.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have had sexy time then. Interesting. Thanks for that, Daz. I didn't know that was a consequence. Never mind.
If only you
Jimmy
knew.
says X8 Pro might be in around €700. I would imagine it's going to be around $799 to $899. Because I think the OnePlus is around that usually as well. So I think it's going to be around. Might even be $999 because I think it'll still compete with like it'll still be maybe a similar price to like an iPhone Plus model.
Which is insane because it's so much better in every single way than from, I don't know, the Pro. Yeah.
Kind of crazy.
Camera especially, there's just night and day difference.
Yeah, exactly. So we've already sort of mentioned like you're looking at getting the OnePlus 13, Manos.
I'm conflicted, to be fair, because okay, I have the Pixel 9 Pro XL to sell and the OnePlus 12 to sell.
Yes.
So I don't know. I'm in between the OnePlus 13, which at the moment, you know, it's on the top of the list because it would be cheaper to get.
Did you hear that horse then?
What?
He did an amazing horse impression. It's really good. I'm easily entertained, man. It was just made me tickle.
You have the worst.
Just the worst. Yeah, the worst. It's no competition, right?
Go again, but do the horse again because it was good.
I don't think it's possible.
He's going to be self-conscious now.
Yes. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes. So the OnePlus 13 or the Xiaomi 15 Ultra. Because I've mentioned this 1,000 times before, but I need for the company to be in the UK if I am to, you know, spend money on it, because I want to be able to, you know, if something happens, I want it to be relatively easy for me to return or replace. I don't want to break. And the only time I've taken a chance to buy a secondhand phone imported, it was, you know, from you, Joe, with the OnePlus 12, because you had it. I knew it was working just fine.
Yeah.
So, you know, this is
and
why.
And even then, you had fear that it had dust under the camera, and it was like panicking.
Which was, I don't even know what the heck it was. I managed to clean it up.
And I felt awful that I'd sold you a phone with dust under the camera. I was like, really? Did I?
But he sold you a phone with dust on camera. He sold me a phone with scratches on the screen. Like Joe's the worst, man.
Don't buy a phone off me.
The worst.
It's just, it happened to be during the time where I had, you know, the dust under, you know, the cameras on the iPhone. That's why I was paranoid.
So you're super paranoid because of that, yeah.
Your level of phone, man, is just unreal.
The amount of pain you had with that phone.
Yeah, I'm glad it's just gone.
Not a good period.
As I said, like phones for next year. So OnePlus 13 or maybe a Xiaomi for Manos.
Yeah.
I think a Xiaomi for you would be like, for the style of photography you like to do with your street and stuff. I think a Xiaomi would be like for you just absolutely killer.
And especially with the new telephoto camera that they're saying that they're putting on it,
200 megapixel.
I think you're like me.
And I've seen comparisons between the 14 Ultra and the Vivo 100X Ultra, and I like the Xiaomi in every single photo better. So for my stuff, it would definitely be better.
I do like the Vivo in some cases better, but the Xiaomi just has a look to it. It's just
it's not like a look, you know.
Yeah, and I like that.
I like it.
Beat you to it.
You did, damn it. I remembered the phone. I remembered the smaller phone that I was thinking of with the Vivo Mini. Zen phone.
Yeah.
Which one was it that was small? There was one recently. It was
10.
Yeah, it was really compact, small, great battery life, and decent cameras still.
Headphone jack.
Yep. What's happened to Zenfone though? They're not doing them anymore, are they?
No, they are. They look like ROG phones.
They
really
made them big. That's
no headphone jack and like. Yeah,
that's probably why I've not.
Maybe it's still I don't know about the headphone jack, but the design's just like nah.
Yeah, why make it similar to the ROG phone? Like that's a different line. Have differentiation between your products, man.
Wow, Daz. You have all these phones, you could have just used a sock on a naughty site instead of doing the real thing, Danny boy. Now you have to pay the consequences. Cheers, mate. We've got Devon in the chat. Welcome in, Devon. Thanks as well, Jimmy, for quoting, tweeting the stream out. Appreciate it. Yeah, last hour. Yeah, it was an ROG. It was basically the ROG body, but just turned into a Zen phone, and just ungamified it. So it's kind of yeah. Joe, how about you, mate?
What for the
next year phones? What are you thinking?
Doesn't he have too many already?
Yeah, I'm going to be selling them.
But he'll be selling those and then replacing them with others.
Yes, I will definitely be. Well, so from like you, my contract device will probably either be S25 Ultra or I'm thinking I'd like to try the Oppo as well if we get the flagship ones. Although we do stock Honor, so if the Honor Magic comes there, that would definitely be on my list as well.
Well, I've my Honor's been switched off for like 2 days now, and it's just over here on this stand, just sat there doing nothing.
Mine's still got my SIM in because I love having the bigger canvas. I do love having the bigger canvas. So with OnePlus, I loved the 12, right? So I think I would be very intrigued to get the 13 as well. If there's a Vivo Ultra looks global, it's going to be a beast.
Yes.
And if that happens, that would probably take my SIM for the rest of the year.
Well, it's like I was saying to Manos before, like because there's probably going to be some other Vivo devices that do go global. Like the X200 series probably will go global. The Ultra might not. But if you import it, you probably can get it flashed with the European OS.
Like
and if you can, I will probably be right there with you, I'll be honest.
If you can, Wanda would do it for you already. Flash
exactly. And even Trading Shenzhen would as well. So
yeah. So all these brands will flash it for you. And yeah, I think it'd be hard not to go there for me.
We'll have to wait until next year and see, to be fair.
Yeah,
it's nice to speculate, though.
Yes. When do you expect, everything to be out? Like by March?
March, April, I would think.
It feels so far away.
I know. It's like 6 months, man.
Because the other thing is a tablet with 8 Elite. That's appealing.
Well, the Galaxy tabs have got Dimensity now, haven't they?
Yes, I know. That's why I'm saying about 8 Elite tabs, because we've not seen anything or heard anything yet, have we?
I would assume that OnePlus would go, because for the ones they released now during the summer, they were Snapdragon. So I feel they're going to do the same next year.
And that makes it a great ecosystem, right? Because I've already loved their watch. Wear it every day. And if I get the phone, the tab would be appealing.
I mean, it's not. I'm sure I saw a tablet that, like in the last couple of days that got announced. It might have had the.
Yeah, I've not seen anything yet. 8 Elite tabs. I'll let one you tap away with a proper keyboard.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I can't remember. My memory fails me often.
Because using the 8 Elite for gaming on a tab.
That'd be great. Very good.
Definitely.
I think I'd rather get a gaming phone.
Yeah.
If I was maybe doing gaming, that would be something like a Red Magic or something.
Yeah.
Because they're really well priced as well.
Yeah, Red Magic do some great stuff.
The hardware is lovely.
It looks, Looks, because what I like about it, it has the gaming aesthetic, but not too.
Not overly.
Yeah, it's subtle enough still.
Yeah, but it also would be great, if you could just plug it to a screen. At that, I don't know, connect.
You can do that with the Red Magics.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's got software built in for that as well.
Awesome.
So it's pretty good to put on a bigger display.
I wouldn't do it myself because I wouldn't care, but yeah, it's great for whoever likes it.
Big random question, right, guys? Do you think we'll ever get to the point where consoles are dead because mobile gaming has got to that level?
No, I don't. Maybe 10 years from now, but I just cannot see it because, first of all, thermals, they just cannot have the same sustained performance as a console does. Also, capacity in terms of storage. Like you buy 1 tera, like I have 1 tera on my PlayStation 5, and it's still not enough. Like, unless you only play one game at a time or a couple, you just need to delete stuff all the time. It's just impossible.
Games are massive now, right? You can get external, can't you, on there, though?
Yeah, you can. You can.
Yeah.
It depends on the games, though, right? I mean, it depends sort of what games you're playing on the system. I mean, if say you take on mobile now, take games from like 5 to 10 years ago.
Yeah,
they'll work. I mean, look at what Nintendo's done with the Switch running on old NVIDIA Tegra hardware.
Yeah,
like if they want to do it on mobile, like on say like Snapdragon 8 Elite, imagine the next Switch came out with that. And some extra customizations and things, maybe some extra hardware for the graphics side of things, but that would be immense. Yeah, so I think you can do it. It just depends on the kind of games you wanting to make for it. If you wanted to make your big blockbuster battle royale, say like Call of Duty, Warzone, those sorts of things that are like,
these are silly games though. To be fair, they're very easy in terms of how they are done.
Yeah, but even you can. I mean, like we've seen like Resident Evil runs on an iPhone. So it's possible
for 5 minutes at best.
Yeah, of course. But it's possible. It is an iPhone, let's be fair.
But how long do you think it would be? Because the other thing challenging consoles is the VR headsets as well, right?
Yeah. I love my Meta Quest 3. It's just amazing.
I'm not sure it's challenging that much, to be honest. I don't think PlayStation VR is as popular as what people expect.
It's definitely not, and it has been even discounted now. It just doesn't sell well, and there are not many games because developers are not bothering as much. Most of the things that come out, they are for the Meta Quest.
That's what I was more thinking. The Meta Quest library. And I guess it depends what Apple do with it as well.
They're gonna take time, and I don't know. Even if the next Apple Vision Pro comes, it's so expensive. It's gonna take a long time unless they make it very cheap in terms of the materials they use. Because think about it, first of all, the battery only lasts 2 hours if you browse. So if you do anything more demanding, it's less than 2 hours, about an hour and something from what I've read. You always need to have the battery, so you cannot use it while it's charging. You don't actually have controllers, and if you did have controllers, it would consume even more battery because it would have to integrate with them. It's not there. It's not there. And even if they were to release one, I don't know, a couple of years down the line, it would still be very expensive and nowhere near as the Meta. The Meta at the moment is like 500 for the third gen, not the 3S. Yeah, and it's an amazing piece of hardware. I love mine. I just love it.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend anybody get the Vision Pro.
No, it's for no one. It's only for developers. Like the Apple fanatics, they can cope as hard as they want and say, "Oh, it's amazing," but for what? To do what? To watch Netflix by yourself or movies? Seriously? Spend a third of the money and get an amazing home cinema, and watch the movie with someone else and have proper fun. Because with Vision Pro, you only watch it by yourself.
Yeah, so, which is great for porn.
But you can do that even with cheaper VR headsets.
Yeah.
No PlayStation VR because you don't have a browser.
Someone's looked into it.
I'm sure.
He's engaged now, so
Yeah.
Maybe.
So
Maybe.
yeah, I don't know. It will be
Yeah.
fun though to see, what's going to happen down the line. And speaking of VR, XR, and everything, at the summit they also showed us a new product coming from Snapchat. It's called the Spectacles. I don't know if you watched any video of those. At the moment, they're still early days because it's massive. Think of Meta Ray-Bans, but way chunkier. Like it's
Oh,
massive.
I did see them actually.
Yeah, I see
I
gadgets
did
for
see
it.
them.
I see Tommy with them on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the ones? Like very
Yes.
squared, like rectangularly looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was impressive. It really felt like having the Meta Quest on. The quality, of course, wasn't as good, but functionally wise, it was exactly the same. It really feels, like they say that it's right. It's not beta. It's not, prototype or whatever. But it really feels like it's nowhere near there yet.
The finished article, yeah.
Yeah, but they said
cool,
that if you want it as a developer, you can order a pair and get it straight away. But I've heard how much the price is, like $100 per month in order, for you to get it. And I'm like, yeah, no, thank you. I'm not a developer. I don't need something like this. But it was fun. I played it. Yeah, I played a game.
I'll take half a month, please.
Yeah, I played a game which was like Beat Saber. I think it was called Box something. It was quite fun. The field of view is a little bit limited. I mean, of course, it's just only, glasses. But when you are within it, the quality is actually decent for a first generation product.
It's all about form factor, isn't it, for them?
Yeah.
Like having as close to that experience as possible, but in a smaller form factor. It's cool.
Yeah. Sorry, Ernie left the room. I'm just going to follow him. I don't want him to be inside the house in case he needs to pee. Yeah, I'll be back.
Probably what it is.
Yeah.
You go downstairs and there'd just be a turd. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I don't know what I'm looking forward to next year in terms of phones. It's all a bit all over the place at the minute. Because I'm not keen on the direction Xperia's gone in. So even if their hardware's better, I'm kind of like, do I really want that?
It's not as if they're going to market it.
Pixel, I'm not sure. It just comes down to the Chinese brands, I think. I do want to get the Nothing Phone 3.
Yeah,
that's something that I do want to get.
I think I wouldn't mind having hands on with, definitely.
Just because I really enjoyed the Nothing Phone 1.
Me too.
And I've not really had anything until the CMF phone since they'd upgraded the software and got the, Nothing OS sort of going properly now with all the widgets and the style of it and everything. And I absolutely adore it. So I kind of want to get the Nothing Phone 3 and just give that a go. It's just a case of whether the cameras are good enough as a sort of day-to-day.
I heard that the Nothing Phone 1 got a lot better on the camera side, but I've not touched nothing since. I have really, but that's quite a few phones. But anyway, yeah, I wouldn't mind trying a Nothing Phone again because I like what they're doing.
I like this. This is
it's cool, man.
Good phone. I like this.
Again, you get the full software of like the normal Nothing Phone, don't you?
Yeah, it's great. And it's so smooth. Like, to say this is a £200, not even £200 phone, you can get it for under £200, but like, the experience is just so nice. In terms of the style of software, it's my favorite.
Yeah.
And it's just really nice. Just really nice.
They give you some unique features.
If this had NFC, I'd probably just use it as my daily driver, to be honest. Which is kind of crazy. So
if you, because I can think of two other Android devices you like the UI of, and that's Moto and OnePlus. Where does the Nothing sit?
For me?
Yeah, for you.
In terms of the look of the OS and how it works, it's probably my favorite.
Okay. And then
probably my favorite
OnePlus
OS.
or Moto?
Moto.
Yeah, I was going to say. I thought you might say that.
OnePlus is probably fourth for me, fourth or fifth. Like, it's not. I'm not really keen on the slow animations and things. I know you can change all that in settings if you want to just dive into that, but just out of the box, it doesn't feel as nice to use. I don't like how
OnePlus animation
iOS it feels.
And just wait for the 15.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I mean. So like, they've made it even more that way, and I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't like that with the Honor. Like, I really don't like that with the Honor.
Yeah, so, it is a bit janky at times, I gotta say.
Pixel and Xperia, I really like both of those, just because, especially Xperia is just like fast, no nonsense, just works nice.
Yeah.
I like SideSense on that as well. SideSense is really useful. And yeah,
I really need to try.
But I do like Moto. Moto's UI is.
Yeah, I really need to try it because everyone tells me how good it is and some of the nice features you get.
Yeah, it's like having a mishmash of Pixel UI and One UI. Like, you've got the Moto Connect, which used to be Ready 4.
Yeah.
Which is like your DeX competitor, and then you've got various other bits and bobs in there. Like gestures for like launching the flashlight or opening the camera, that sort of stuff. So yeah, this for me now, in terms of like the typing experience, my favorite phone.
Oh really?
Honest to God, I don't.
What keyboard do you use?
Sorry.
What keyboard do you use with it?
Gboard. I only use Gboard on Android.
Okay. Yeah, same here.
So on, the typing experience on this for me is sublime. It's just so good. I think as well because the phone's not as wide as some other phones. I tend to like the phones being a little bit narrower.
Yeah, I mean, I must say I like it. I missed the 21x9 with the Sony RIP.
Oh mate, well, it's not RIP. It's back.
Oh, yours is back, yeah. And that amazing case. It just phone. It fits that phone best for me.
It does.
That case.
It's nice.
Because I've seen it on other phones. It looks nice still, but it just looks best on that phone for me.
There we go. Out of the case. Whoop, 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 whoop.
That textured back. Let's scratch the back for us. Come on. Love that. It's
just a really, I couldn't. It's funny how much I actually appreciated 21x9 when I received this again. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's when you lose it that you realise. Yeah,
I know Manos got a chance to try the 1.6 with, who was it again?
Alex.
Yeah, for a second. He got to try the 1 Mark 6, which I think he enjoyed.
It was great, yeah. So
the 1 Mark 7 might be something for you to keep an eye on next year, if you like, because I get the feeling the camera upgrades are going to come next year. And
if they're going to improve the telephoto camera, for sure. Because I live for that because it was so light. I love. You were not joking about the autofocus. It was just insane.
Oh mate, it's
ridiculous. So
the autofocus on the Xperia this year with the 6 is basically the same as what it is on the A7C2, which is like a $2,000 camera. So it can track,
Alpha team have
track the way your body sort of moves, and actually even when you turn around, it can still track where your head is and your eyes are supposed to.
That's insane.
It's crazy. It is crazy.
Yeah. For me,
the 1 Mark 5. The 1 Mark 5 still got really good autofocus. It's just not got that slight new upgrade.
For me,
it was eye autofocus on pets and stuff. It's just
bags, not just. It says even on bags it is doing it.
See, people forget, right? Sony have Bravia, right? Make amazing TVs. They've got them to look at calibrating their screens, right? And then they've got the Alpha team who are specialised in cameras. They've got some good stuff going on there.
I don't think they utilise enough.
I think you're right.
I made that point in my video that I did recently, and I was just saying they need to make Xperia part of the Alpha division, make it just another camera and
Yeah.
make it part of that brand.
That'd
And
be
just
great.
market it to content creators like they do the ZV-10 and stuff.
Mate,
Like,
imagine they came out with
such a
a
good phone
Sony
for that.
Xperia Alpha.
They did.
Ooh,
I think they did at one point. I think there is an
Yeah.
Xperia Alpha, like going back a few years, but like you'd have to go back quite a while. Manos is checking now, but I might get that wrong. I might be thinking of something else, but they really should just do that. Like the Xperia Alpha,
camera centric, like
just Xperia
phone.
Alpha, like that could be the new brand. And just
because
say,
Xperia
No,
One was kind of
fine.
No, I'm probably wrong. I'm probably thinking of something else.
Unless I'm writing it wrong, But the thing is, under Alpha Universe, which is part of Sony's website, they have Xperia there. Like, did that say create with Xperia? So,
but it's funny whenever like the Sony account markets, like they do things like going through like the camera lineup. Like they had the thing come out on Sony UK the other day, going through all the different devices, and then Xperia just doesn't get mentioned.
no. And also, what about the Xperia? What about the Xperia Pro line? Why didn't this happen this year?
Oh mate, it's not happened for a few years. The last Xperia Pro I was in, what was it, 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
Oh, okay. I thought it was 2 years. Okay.
Yeah.
That has a Snapdragon 888 in it. So
Right.
it's
it's quite a long time ago now.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I was really hoping they'd make a sequel to that because they could do some crazy stuff with that right now.
That could be the Alpha one, Xperia Pro Alpha or something.
Good.
How long do you guys want to go on? Because there's one thing I wanted to discuss, going back to Snapdragon.
Go for it.
Yes.
And that's what do you think?
Best thing from the event.
Yeah, lovely. What's that? Oh, your cup. Oh, nice, man.
Yes.
Nice. Mine's up there. What do you think their strategy is going to be with the 7 series chipset? And like now it's 8 Elite. And with that bump up as well with the 8 Elite, the 7 series could be bloody good, right?
I mean, the 7 series is already really good.
Yeah, well, yeah, it already is. Yeah.
The 7 Plus Gen 3 that I had in the Nord 4, I could rock that as my daily. Not a problem.
That feels flagship level.
Not even without... I wouldn't have even questioned it because it was that good.
Yeah, I agree.
The only reason that I didn't like the phone was no RAW on the camera, no RAW mode at all.
Mm-hmm. None at all. Oh yeah,
None
that
at
was
all.
yeah.
And
I'm gonna be a review now.
If it had that, I'd have kept that as like a general, daily.
Beautiful device.
But it's a really nice device, and the performance was just, and the battery life alongside that was absolutely fantastic. So the 7 Plus Gen 3 is excellent. I mean, I've got the
do you think they're going to go 7 Elite
Pro? I've got the Edge 50 Pro. It's got the regular 7 Gen 3 in there, and that's still really good as well.
To answer what Joe just said, 7 Elite, I don't think they would go Elite for the 7 series. Maybe we'll go Plus, because, with the X Elite series, it's X Elite and X Plus. So, yeah.
Oh, so maybe the 7 series will become 8 Plus.
I don't know. Maybe they'll do a... Because obviously... You've still got like multiple SKUs within those as well. So like this year just gone, we had the 8 Gen 3, but we had the 8S Gen 3 as well.
Yes. Yeah.
So would that become like an 8 Plus?
Yeah, that could be the 8 Plus. Yeah, that's true.
And then you still have like 7 Elite 7 Plus, and then 6 Elite 6 Plus, or something along that line.
Could be.
Could maybe do it that way, but yeah.
They may follow that path because also for their EV chips that they released, it was like Cockpit Elite and...
yeah, because they're following that naming, aren't they? Yeah.
They are. So it's becoming their brand signature. So yeah, could be 7 Elite in that case. Yeah, good point.
Potentially. We'll have to wait and see, but...
All I'm going to say is this, it's going to be a decent chipset, and mid-range phones are going to be so bloody good.
Yep. The thing is, though, even though the mid-range phones are going to be really, really good, why would you not buy a flagship from last year or the year before?
Yeah, because essentially that's
kind
of what you're going to get.
The value of these 8 Gen 2 phones now.
Yeah.
An
It's madness.
S23 Ultra, an Xperia 1 Mark 5, like you can get, and even like the OnePlus 12, which is last year's OnePlus, like
It's solid for me. If
it's
the
crazy
OnePlus
good.
12 were to be, released, sorry, released next year, I would still say it's an amazing phone if they didn't go with a new one.
Yeah. Definitely, man.
So
And if anyone's looking to buy one, I'll be selling soon. So
there you go. Well,
there's only one weakness for me for the OnePlus 12. It's the low light performance during the night. Yeah, it's one thing that it's lacking, and I know for a fact with the 13 series they have worked a lot on it. So yeah, if someone
I
likes
think
to do a lot of
the
night
improved
shots,
ISP from the 8 Elite will probably help a bit with that as well, I imagine.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, definitely.
So that's good. I think we're going to wrap up. It's been an hour, 10 minutes, a little bit longer than.
It felt like 10 minutes to me.
Mate,
to be fair.
It's gone so quick. Like it just flies by.
Mac was here with a long look.
What's that? Mac was here all along. He's annoyed that he's not been able to jump in, which is a shame. But we'll get him in next week, no doubt. Appreciate everybody for popping in, hanging out, commenting. It's great. And obviously, if you haven't subscribed to the Bunch of Phoneys YouTube yet, please do join us. And we'll be back next week. Take it easy, folks. See you soon.
Check out the Tech Project for tomorrow.